I can swing both ways. When I'm open, you can come in the rear. If you bang me too much, I can start to sag. When you grab my big knocker, you can get attention. If you fondle my knob, I might let you enter me. Hey guys, Andrew here with a guest, and we have another interview for you. And today we have Charlie Kojis. And he's here performing in Lincoln, Nebraska, and he's a great comedian, and hopefully you guys will at one point be able to check him out. Otherwise, let's get started.
Thanks, Andrew. I'm Charlie Kojis. I'm in from Madison, Wisconsin. This is my second time coming to the Comedy Loft here in Lincoln, second time in Nebraska ever. I started about 5 years ago in Madison and came up there, really good scene, and kind of an accessible city to get to a lot of different places out of there. So, yeah.
So is there like a specific point in your time that you just kind of like look back and you're like, I was a pretty funny guy, I kind of want to start comedy?
Yeah, in middle school, high school, I was, the funny guy to whatever extent, and then I remember we had a teacher leaving my junior year of high school, and he was getting laid off or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we were like, okay, well, let's throw him a surprise going away party, and let's roast him. And so I was the roast master, and we made a bunch of jokes at him. The teachers were like, well, that was actually very funny. And then next year, we had a teacher retiring my senior year in high school, and we roasted him. And then I was like, well, this is quite fun. But then going to college, I'm like, all right, well, I was the funny guy in high school, but now all my friends who thought I was funny are back, back in my hometown, and then going to college, meeting new people, and then just being like, oh, you should try stand-up. So that motivated me to 3 years later be like, oh, maybe I should try stand-up.
So do you have any like social media websites? Like where can people find your show? Like how do people get in contact with you to get to know you?
Sure, I got a website out there. It's always got my show dates at kojis.co. So if you Google my name, I'm the only Charlie Kojis. You'll find me pretty easily there. Also, I'm on Twitter, and you can find my website through Twitter and all of that. But
so do you have like a specific act of yours that that you think is like the most funny or gets the most laughs?
A joke of mine? Yeah. I think my favorite joke to tell is, and I'll tell it now, which is, I went to the doctor told me that I was to brush my teeth more, eventually all my teeth would fall out. I told him, I honestly, doc, my teeth fell out years ago, and they grew back stronger than ever, which, that's one of my favorite to tell, because it's a misdirection that the audience is usually, they're like, I don't understand where it's coming from until they get, it's a very absurd joke. It's, from the perspective of someone.
So with like something like
idiot,
that joke, it's usually like you get a whole bunch of like confused faces, and then they're like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, it's fun to tell a joke when you are watching people wait for them, and it's gonna work, and you're like, this is something that I genuinely find funny. To have that moment right before the turn is.
Yeah. So in 40 years, what do you think people will be looking back at as nostalgia? Yeah, I kind of like when I think of this question. It's like I kind of think of like the most weird things. It's like think about people that like on a daily basis are like addicted to like adult films. Like what if like in the future when like VR comes into play, they're like, back in the day we used to just watch it on screen. Now we actually get to participate.
Yeah, well, and you go back to back in the day, you'd find a Sears catalog, and there was a woman in a bra in it, and that was as everything advances, you just look back and you're like, it's not getting better. It's just getting closer to what we think we want. And
going back to the times of Adam and Eve when we were all just naked.
Yep.
So is there like a comedian or somebody that sort of like really pissed you off because of any of these unwritten rules that you're just like, what a dick?
I remember having there was a headliner went on, me and a couple of friends opened the show. The headliner went on, she said, reasonable joke that I didn't take any offense to. She said, "Oh, they say men run the world, and these three guys couldn't run a Ruby Tuesdays." And I remember being like, "Oh no, we could run a Ruby Tuesdays." They would be like, "We're actually very good. I think you put the three of us together, we fully could run a Ruby Tuesdays. That's within our." But that's the kind of thing that comics are, because there's so much roasting, there's so much busting balls in comedy, and that's all appreciated and liked, but then kind of the moment you take a shot at someone's act or something from stage, that's when comics like that is like, we're not doing that.
So do you have any pets at all?
Grew up with a corgi who was a real smart dog, and I remember we would, at times, he'd be in the room and we'd start my brothers and I would make fun of him, and you could tell that he understood what was going on, because he would just stand up and walk out of the room. He just had this, he was like, I don't know, he was an incredibly intelligent dog, and you could tell he was just like, all right, you guys are idiots.
So what's been your favorite part about Lincoln, and what's been like, I just want to get out of here kind of moment?
Yeah, the worst part about Lincoln is the Motel 6. I think that's been at the bottom of the experience, but it's...
Yeah, I mean, it's Lincoln, Nebraska. Like, does anybody really come here to stay in our hotels? Like,
no, that's not the...
Yeah, you come here to visit family, and then you go home to wherever you're from.
And I'm not criticizing the Lincoln Motel 6. I think that's probably a pretty universal experience.
Yeah. What's something popular right now that you hate that is popular?
I cannot relate to professional wrestling at all, really. It's just there's a lot of comedians in particular who love professional wrestling, and I like sports. Fine with the play, I'm fine with like a drama, whatever. It's this weird confusion of like, are we taking this seriously? Are we pretending? I just don't. And then when I watch them, like, this is the silliest thing I've ever seen. I cannot relate to getting into professional wrestling. It's weird to just pretend it's anything other than a soap opera, which is fine if you're like, I like sitting down and watching a soap opera that's wrestling themed. That's very welcome to. But it's weird when people are on the edge of their seat wondering what already determined outcome is going to happen. We never saw this upset coming. It's the most unbelievable upset. It's like, yeah, they just decided to do that. They just wrote that. You can just write this stuff.
Today's game, we have Dirty Mind. And the point of the game is you have a card, and you're supposed to try to give these, like, on the card it has phrases that are very suggestive, like sexually suggestive. And the other person's supposed to try to figure out what they're trying to suggest. And at the end of the game, it's actually just like a completely normal thing.
Okay.
So
the answer is not.
It's not an actual I can't speak. Actually, sexual suggestive thing. It's a normal thing. So
and there's a correct answer to these.
There is.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're gonna see what we can come up with as you're giving me the descriptions. I'm gonna see if I can come up with what it potentially could be.
All right.
So you can go first.
I'll start it off. Later, you can have me for sloppy seconds. I come in your mouth on national holidays. If I get too hot, I can get a little dry. The bigger my breast size, the more you want me. After you eat me, you have to undo my pants.
Turkey?
Turkey's correct.
Oh, wow.
You nailed that one.
Wow, I got that one. Okay. I'm a 4-letter word. You need to be flexible to do me. There can be grunting and groaning before you're finished. You have to spread your legs to show off your lotus. You can do me in several positions.
We gotta be talking yoga.
That is correct. Yes, yoga is. Okay. Playing with my knob starts me flowing. You'll need a towel after you're done with me. Grabbing my hose can make me spray. If I can't stop dripping, consult a professional.
Faucets.
Yes.
All right.
I can swing both ways. When I'm open, you can come in the rear. If if you pay me too much, I could start to sag. When you grab my big knocker, you get attention. If you fondle my knob, I might let you enter me. Hopefully all of you guys go see Charlie and follow him on his social media. And then make sure you subscribe to this video, like it, and comment so that way, and share it so that way other people can see it as well. And we'll see you guys next time on A Guest.